you for blessing me. God, I thank you for keeping me. God, I thank you for all that you have done. I'm different. I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. I'm different. Yeah. You can laugh at me if you want, but I'm different. And that's okay. I'm going to be different. I can be on an island by myself, but I know I got God with me. I'm different. I'm going to praise God anyhow. He says in verse number 9, he says that you should show forth the praises of him who has called you out of darkness into the marvelous light. So first, we're peculiar people. And the second thing he's telling us is that we must praise him. I got a story for you, and I'll be out your way. There was a little duck, and the name of this duck was Charlie. And Charlie was a young duck. Charlie was only a couple years old, and in our ages, probably about 3 or 4 years old. But Charlie used to like to hang out with the other ducks. Charlie liked to play with the other ducks. Charlie liked to laugh with the other ducks. He sat down and he ate together with the other ducks. He talked to the other ducks. He had fun and they played games together with the other ducks. But the only thing that was different about Charlie is Charlie looked different from the other ducks. Well, Charlie liked to do those things, so Charlie began to hang around with those other ducks for a very long period of time. But all of a sudden, the other ducks, as they began to grow up, they didn't want to hang around Charlie anymore because they told Charlie that he was different. Well, immediately Charlie began to get sad, but Charlie would try to play with them, and they wouldn't pick Charlie to play with them. And Charlie wanted to eat with them, but they would eat all the food before Charlie got there. And Charlie wanted to talk to them, but they would leave Charlie out of the conversations. And, they wanted to have fun, so they were laughing and playing. But when Charlie showed up on the scene, they began to frown like they wasn't having a good time. So Charlie started feeling like an outcast because these are the same ducks that Charlie had always played with, and now all of a sudden they didn't want to play with him. So he said, why are you all treating me like this? Why are you all doing this? And he says, because you're different. So Charlie just didn't understand. He didn't understand what was going on. So one day Charlie began to walk away. One day Charlie began to say that if they don't want to play with me, I'll be by myself. And he went down the street, and as he went down the street, he was walking. He saw some more ducks over there, and he began to start talking with them. He began to start playing with them. He began to start having fun. But he said one thing about these ducks kind of look similar to how he was looking, and he began to play with them. And then the other ducks that he used to play with, they was coming down the street, and they saw Charlie over there. They began to frown on Charlie. They began to talk about Charlie. They began to say, Charlie looks different. He's different than us. And as they passed by, and then Charlie was still sad. He was saying, I got new friends now. I'm no longer with them. But he said, I'm confused. He said, why are they always talking about me? Why are they always talking about me? So Charlie asked one of his friends, he said, do you know why they're treating me differently than the other ducks? He said, yeah, Charlie, I know why they're treating you differently. He said, why? He said, Charlie, you're not a duck, you're a swan. You don't look nothing like them. Charlie, you just different. Go ahead, put those hands together right now. It's okay to be different. I thank God that I am different. I thank God that I'm not like everybody else. And I thank God that even if people want to make me an outcast, I'm just going to go ahead and serve